What is up, guys? It's your boy Gage, Horne, and I know what you guys are thinking. Crazy hair, like the messiest hair I've ever had. And you guys think that's crazy? No. Yeah, ripped clothes and a giant M on your stomach just gets way crazier. What's up, guys? It's your boy Gage, Horne, and I'm bringing you guys an awesome video for you guys today. And today I'm bringing you guys another episode of my high school stories. Yes, tonight I'm talking about my very first concert, the Macklemore concert. Yes! Alright, so just to get some short details in, before the concert, I had like a bunch of plans. First, I was supposed to go down with my mom to the concert in Salt Lake City. The Macklemore concert was in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I was supposed to ride down with her, me and two other friends, guy friends, supposed to ride down there. But turns out, none of my friends had jobs, have jobs or anything like that. So they even if they did, I have a couple, like two of them that have jobs, but they couldn't afford to buy the tickets or couldn't work or so, or had to work or both. But anyways, so I ended up not having two friends to buy these tickets. I'm like, oh crap. But finally, so I decided to give these two tickets away to my friends, and so I did that. And I was supposed to ride down with my mom to there, but she ended up having to work today. Today was Saturday. By the way, I just got home literally like 15 minutes ago, but I had to make this video because I want to get it out of my head while I'm thinking about it. It's just a crazy night, so I had to talk about it. So we're like here in so we're here, and my mom was supposed to, and this was about when I bought my Macklemore tickets like 3 months ago, and like right after I bought them, me and my mom planned to she was gonna take me down to a friend's, stay the night in the hotel after the concert. Like they'd go hang out in the hotel while me and my two friends went to the concert, and we'd walk back to the hotel, stay the night, next morning head back to Idaho. Well, what happened is, and this is the part that totally sucks. My mom ended up having to work that weekend, and then I had so I was like, oh crap, well I need to find new people to give a ride. So I finally found my aunt, but then about 2 weeks ago she finds out that she's getting back from a vacation that she thought it'd be a week later after she got back from this vacation, but it's actually by the day she comes back from this vacation in Mexico, Cabo, Mexico, and she rode with dolphins. It was like a bunch of cool stuff. She went down there. She gets back the day, so she doesn't want to come back, and then like after 2 hours getting back into town, having to drive me all the way down to the concert. So she told me she couldn't do it. I'm like, no. So I told my two friends, I'm like, hey guys, I got no ride. I have to sell my Macklemore tickets, and I'm so sorry. And I thought about it. Trust me, I was like, oh no, I can't sell them. I gotta find a ride. And I tried so hard to find a ride, but I could not find a ride from anybody, any family or nothing. And my truck, the reason I'm not driving myself with my truck is I need new tires. I'm kind of saving up to get the really best tires I can get because I can't really afford them right now. So I'm hoping my tires can last a little bit longer, so I can get a couple, like maybe 2 more paychecks or so, and that way I can just like get the best tires I can possibly get in this truck, and that way they'll last a while, not just get these cheap ones that are crappy and only last like some thousand miles. So I decided to do that, and that's what's pretty cool. So so I can't find a ride, and I was like, and it really sucks because I was looking at my tickets. I remember the day, it was 2 weeks ago when my aunt told me, and I'm looking at these tickets and I'm like, I gotta sell them. I could see Macklemore in person live, but I don't have anybody to give me a ride, so I have to sell them. And I remember being so upset about it. Like I was really sad. Like I bought these tickets forever ago, and it's not like, even if I couldn't even sell the tickets, it's just not even the fact of the money at all. It was just the fact that I could have seen the person that I loved so much. I put so much. If you guys don't remember, I bought his record, and I bought a record player just so I can hear him, just so I can hear his record on a record player. That's the reason I bought that. And I can't see him now. Like I cut my hair for him. I did so much. I did a solo to him. I dedicated so much, and that's why I came up with my hashtag that I created, hashtag Macklemore dedication. I mean, nobody's been using that hashtag yet, but if you go to Instagram and hashtag Macklemore dedication, you'll see all my pictures pop up and stuff like that. And so I think you guys should start doing Macklemore dedication. I want this hashtag to go big because it's a hashtag that I created. There's actually one picture that's not my Macklemore dedication, and that's before all these pictures that I made, and that is from someone else, and I don't even know why it's Macklemore dedication. It has nothing to do with Macklemore, I don't think, but someone just tagged it. But anyways, point being, so that's just some random picture that was posted forever ago anyway. So I started this hashtag Macklemore dedication, and it's like my hashtag, so I'd love it if you guys could like use Macklemore dedication when you guys do dedicated stuff to Macklemore, like buy his albums or do something for him or anything like that. Hashtag Macklemore dedication. Let's get this thing out there, you know. It's an awesome hashtag I just thought of one day. I'm like, what do I do? I do a lot for Macklemore because I'm just so dedicated to him and dedicated and happy that what he does. So I just did that hashtag. So point being is finally I ended up putting it on Facebook and Craigslist, and finally I get something. Someone calls me, and it's actually one of my friends from dance. Someone call her Darian, and she's like, hey, me and my cousin, and we'll call her cousin Sarah, and I want to go to this concert. I was like, oh, that's cool. So you two? And she's like, yeah, you still got those 3 tickets? And I'm like, yeah, I'll give you 2 of them. She's like, well, I kind of have a better idea, because I thought she was going to buy them from me, but she's like, I have a better idea. I'm like, what's that? And she's like, what if you came with us with the 3rd ticket and I'll pay for gas? I'm like, what? 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 Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God, did I freak out on the phone? I was freaking out, guys. You could ask her. I was like, she was just talking to me, and I screamed, and she would have been like, Gage? Yeah, what? Okay, jeez, you know, calm down, Gage. She gets here today, and, you know, like I said, it's just been, like, not so long since I just got home. So it's actually Sunday right now. It's 4 in the morning, so it's actually the next day. But I'm making this video like literally like less than 15 minutes when I got home from this Macklemore concert. I want to put it in a video, so I got the footage down. I remember everything that happened. I put it all in a video. That way I can do the editing later at another time, even though I gotta like do work and stuff tomorrow and stuff like that. But I want to get this on camera, and I want to get it filmed, and I want to get you guys to know what happened in this high school series, because it's just like so crazy, and I had to tell you guys about it. So yeah, so that's why I'm here. But point being, guys, is it's amazing what happens and stuff like that. Because now that I finally got this person that offered me to go Macklemore, today was the day she picked me up at my house, and I was like, let's go, you know. I hopped in, and we drove off and started heading to Salt Lake City, Utah, and we're from Idaho, so it was like a 3-4 hour drive or so, and it was just like terrible, but it was great. Like it felt really fast, because we were singing and just like playing songs. We didn't listen to any Macklemore because like we all like knew Macklemore songs and stuff like that, and I've been studying Macklemore since I bought his tickets. Like I got a bunch of the songs like on CDs and stuff like that, so I know all the songs, you know. And come to find out, the songs he used was on the high CD, so I listened to high CD like 1,000 times, so I already know all those songs. But you know, I knew Macklemore songs. I was just like listening to all his old music and stuff like that. So finally we get in the car and we drive off, and now this is the real story here. So we finally get in the car and we're driving off to Salt Lake City, listening to music, just listening to the music like that Miley Cyrus song, something high off perp, put my shades on. I can't think of it right now, but we listened to that song like 1,000 times just because it's so freaking awesome. It's a good song. We just like, it's so funny. But so we finally, and this is the crazy part, so we get to this Macklemore concert, okay, and right, like, we pull in, and we got to pay $10 for parking, and I get out of the car, and I look at everyone, and people are just lining up, and I'm looking around, I'm like, this is my family, like, oh my God, my Macklemore fans and lovers, everybody here right now is my family, my freaking family. And that's how I just kept saying it for that way for some weird reason, and I just kept looking around, and I remember doing this like numerous times. I'm looking around, I'm like, yeah, Macklemore, and people would be like, Macklemore, yeah, and people were like freaking out, you know. And I did that so many times, and I was like just like a couple of people, some people were just like, what is he doing? But then when we get closer and we finally get on, like, the Maverick Center is what it's called in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we get up to the steps, and they had music playing outside, and I'm just like dancing, jerking and stuff like that, and people were watching me when I say people, there's like hundreds of people around me like watching me just like dance. I'm going crazy with my friends, and they're just like laughing their butts off. And finally, and by the way, just to say this now so you guys understand, I had 15% on my phone, and I was going to leave it in the car, but I was like, oh no, I'm not going to leave it in the car. I'll just use the 15%, and then after the first guy performs, I'll go charge it, and then come get it later, like right before Macklemore performs. And so that was the plan. And so anyways, I just brought my phone with me, and put it in my pocket, and it's because we were taking pictures, listening to music on my phone and stuff like that, and it didn't really charge. It was like taking more to use my phone than charge it because we were listening to music and stuff like that. So, but I was texting people and all that kind of stuff. So I had like multiple things going on, which wasn't very smart. But finally we get inside and we like look at the floor line, and it was way long. But we look at the seats line, which we had, and it was like right there. Like 4 people were in front of us. So finally I'm like dancing, and then he's like scanning our tickets, and I'm just like dancing still, and they're like laughing, and I'm just like going crazy. And I get inside and I just start going crazy, rolling on the ground, and I'm just like, I'm freaking out like at this moment. I'm like, Macklemore is here. Macklemore is in this building right now. Ah! Freaking out, going crazy, you know. And finally I start going up steps, and I'm looking around, and like everyone's acting normal at this point. Like everyone, I'm looking around, and everybody's acting normal. Like there are people who are waiting in line to get some t-shirts, people waiting in line to get food, and I'm looking around like nobody's going crazy. And then I seen so many people wearing like thrift shop, like big furry coats and stuff like that, and just wearing a bunch of random stuff and like a bunch of Macklemore dedication stuff. And I'm like, hey, nice stuff. Like, hey, what's up? I like that. And people are like, yeah, you know, I like this too, and stuff like that. But for the most part, it really let me down to see a lot of Macklemore fans, like energy level, like down, like to the floor, dude. It was horrible. When my energy is so high, like I am doing so weird stuff where I'm like dancing. I danced probably like the minute we entered that door till we got in our seats. Like that's how bad it was. And I swear to God, like, and finally I get to my seat and I start texting a little bit, like letting everyone know that I'm up there, and like, you know, Instagram some pictures and stuff like that, take some pictures, and finally my phone dies, and I'm like, oh, I'll charge it later, like I said. So the first guy comes on, and it was funny because he's out there and he's like rapping, and he's like, I know y'all smoking the green out there, and we just like laugh so hard. It's like, oh my God, he just say that. And it's funny because a couple rows in front of us, someone really was smoking. Like it was so funny because like they acted like they didn't know, and they had like this coat or something, like this big old coat, like a big old fur coat, and didn't think anybody was gonna see and stuff. But he turned to his left, which gave me and me and Darian, Sarah was on the other side, so she didn't really see Darian, but me and Darian, like a perfect view through these people, and we seen him come in the coat and smoke it up, and we're like, oh my God, he's really smoking. Like right after he just said, I know you're smoking the green out there. Like what just happened? You know, we're all freaking out. But it was just funny to actually see someone smoke weed inside of a concert. I wasn't like, I'm gonna go tell on you. You know, I'm not gonna go snitch. You know, everyone, they do what they want. Their own kind of fun is their own kind of fun. But Macklemore, like they had these great acts. Like we're sitting in these seats, and we're sitting like, you know, we got about just a little bit up the middle seats, and you know, they were not bad at all. We're in section 101, so if you've been in the Maverick Center before, this is a nice section, I think, to be in Macklemore seats. You know, we were gonna get floor tickets, but I ended up getting seat tickets because I thought it was just gonna be me and my 2 friends at the time, 2 guy friends, and you know, and besides, this is my first concert. I didn't know the floor tickets would be better than the seat tickets. You know, I just didn't know. I wasn't really thinking, and so I decided to get the seat tickets. And a lot of people say the floor tickets are better than the seat tickets. Now this is where it gets good. So finally, we see some seats up like front, like they're empty. So me and my 2 friends, I'm like, hey, you know, we're all talking like we should go up there. So why not? You know, seats are free down there, and so we go all the way down there, and the first guy is still playing. That's opening from. There's 2 guys that open from, and then there's Macklemore. So the first guy was still going. We go down there, we're sitting in the seats, and we're just like going crazy, and he's playing all this music, and we're just like jamming out like crazy. Then around the second, they had a break, and we had a second guy come on, and then finally the people's seats that we're sitting in show up, and they like roll up, and they're like, come downstairs, and they like look down at the paper, and like we didn't know this, but like I looked over, and they were looking at the paper, you know, and they're like, hey, you're in our seats. I'm like, oh, my bad. I know. These aren't our seats. We just kind of want to sit closer. I'm sorry. You can have these seats. Like, oh, no, it's totally cool. I understand, bro. And they were totally cool with it. Like, 100%. They weren't all like, what are you doing in our seats, fool? Beat us up and stuff. So we just, like, kind of stand up. And then we, like, sat down on the steps for a minute. And then someone right there was like, hey, if you sit on the steps, they're going to make you move. Like, oh, really? Dang it. So we go back up to our seats. And then we sit in, like, back in our seats where we were. And they weren't bad seats at all. We just wanted to be up closer a little bit. And finally, all the people around us were so lame. Like, they started doing waves in the crowd, and they started, like, holding up lights and lighters and stuff like that. Everyone around us was lame, wasn't freaking out, wasn't doing anything, and the people, like, behind us were, like, talking crap the whole time. Like, these kids are too crazy. These two kids are just annoying, and it's just like, we're at a concert, dude. We're trying to have a good time. I'm sorry you come to a concert, sit in your chair, and just watch the whole time, but I came to a concert to freak out and scream to Macklemore. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, really, I was just thinking that the whole time. Didn't say it or anything. But finally, we're like, you know, we're done with these people. So we look back, and there's some seats, like, the very, very back. And there's, like, a whole row of seats just empty. And we're like, let's go sit up there. And then they have, like, those seats, and they have a box, like a box seats, if you know what that is. Like, they have a couch, and, yeah, they have a TV. And, like, it's just a nice little thing to see the concert. It's like a box seat. That's what they're called. And, like, those are, so it's, like, the very last row of the seats, the box. And then there's even, like, one box where it's on a whole different level, though. But that you can't even see that from where we're at, you know, because it's like right above us, you know. So, but we sit right here in the last seats, and we could even stand up on our chairs, and it wouldn't even it wouldn't block the box people's view, and that was perfect because we just wanted to dance. We could see perfectly fine. It was really great seats. I really think you guys been to 101 and just look right the row right in front of the box seats at the Maverick Center. You'll see, like, it's bam, perfect view. I thought so, anyways, and so did they. Like, we had a blast, and we just stand up on the chairs, freaking out, you know. And then finally, best part ever, okay, guys? We're standing on the seat, you know, and I have a wife beater on, right? But I was like, and Macklemore's about to come out, and we're on break, and I was like, guys, I want him to freaking rip my shirt and, like, go crazy when Macklemore comes out. And I was just kind of said it as a joke and, like, messing around. Like, no, you know, I'm like, I'll do it. So I took off my shirt, I took off my wife beater, took it, you know, threw it on the ground, and then I pull out my shirt. And this is a $20 shirt, by the way, you know. And it was brand new and stuff, but I grabbed my keys, I'm like, bam, poked a hole right through. They're like, what are you doing? And I start ripping a little bit of hole, and this hole was like, you know, like literally like this big. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to rip my shirt off. I told you I'm going to do this. And like, we started laughing. I was like, what if I even had an M on my chest? Where this came from. And then nobody had a freaking marker. I asked so many people there. Nobody had a marker, so I finally just go get a pen. And I draw a pen mark all the back and forth to make a giant M. So right, and then this is the best part. Oh, Macklemore, like the lights went off. Right when the light, right, because the lights were on. Right when the lights went off, whole stadium, 7,000 people. Whoa! Freaking out, and I just, like, I stood up, I screamed so loud, like, my voice was cracking, like, nonstop. I was screaming so loud, like a girl, like, it was hardcore. And then finally Macklemore comes out, and we're just like, yeah, and I run down all the way to the bottom of the steps, and I just rip my shirt, and the girls could still see me. They were laughing because they're sitting in their seats, they could see me, and I rip my shirt, and I look back, and I'm, like, swinging it, and everyone around me is laughing, like, so hard when I rip my shirt. It's like, all of them expect, like, totally, like, unexpected that, like, they saw me running down there. I thought I was just gonna stand there and scream. I screamed for a second. I just grabbed that hole in my shirt, and I just rip it apart and rip it, and finally it just ripped, like, hardcore, like, almost all the way. And so, oh, I should wear this to school tomorrow. I think I'll get kicked out. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, but finally, I just, like, I start swinging my shirt, and I'm just freaking out, and I run up the steps, and I'm like, Macklemore, freaking Macklemore, and I'm kind of swearing at this point a little bit, and I'm like, fucking Macklemore, so, you know, I'm swearing like crazy, like, I have lost my mind at this moment. And then finally, I get back up to the top, and I stand back on the seat, and they're like, that was crazy, that was funny, and we're just, like, hugging and laughing and stuff, and I look back over, and I see Macklemore, and that's when it hit me, guys. I'm standing in my seat, end of the group, and I look down, and Macklemore was right there. Right there. Like, this is so exciting for me because the person I've watched and followed over Instagram forever, the person's music that I listen to every day, going and coming back to school, the person that I watched the music video tons of times, the person I've practiced hours and hours on 2 different kinds of solos that I've made specifically for him, the hair that I've cut for him, everything I've done for him, he's right there on stage, and I just lost it. Like, I am, like, in tears, screaming, Macklemore, Macklemore, freaking out, and my friend's like, are you okay? I'm like, oh my god, it's Macklemore! Ah! freaking out. Like, I wasn't really crying out. Like, I had tears in my eyes. I didn't sound like I was crying at all, but I'm screaming and screaming, and they're like, dude, calm down. I was like, no, it's Macklemore. And this all sounds like so weird to you, but I can't, even for you guys, even if I sat here and said, think of your favorite artist in the world, and imagine you seeing them in real life, okay? Real life, eye to eye, like, eye to person anyways. Think of that. And it's even you guys, oh, I still wouldn't be going crazy. Well, I guess maybe some people out there don't, but me personally, thinking that that's the person I've been following for a year, and this being the very first time I see him, I went nuts, and I just went crazy, like, oh my gosh, and it was so much fun. And then he's just like, if I'm not gonna ruin the concert for this, and I might go, if you guys enjoy this, maybe we'll talk about a more spoilers video, but he does a lot of good stories. Like, he does these stories about basically him jumping in the lake. He rode his moped up to Salt Lake City, and it was just him all alone, right? But he was like, oh, I want to do something freaking crazy. So he gets off his moped, and he's by himself, right? Takes off his clothes, runs and jumps in the Salt Lake City lake, or Salt Lake City river, or whatever it was. And so he's swimming, like, butt naked in the water right now, and then he looks back, and some kids are taking his clothes, and they're like, he was like, hey, and the kids grabbed his clothes and ran off. Yeah, right, I would probably do the same thing. No, actually, I'd be like, Macklemore, and I'd jump in the water with them naked. No, that's too far. But, they grab his clothes and run off, and then Macklemore's here butt naked in a lake, in Salt Lake City Lake, and he's... and he's naked and no clothes, nobody knows where he is, and so he's just like, oh, finally he makes up this story where about an old woman's like, come here, and so he's like, and he says it a couple more times that he doesn't go, and he finally just says, you know, fuck it, so he gets out of the water and he goes up to this old lady, and he's like trying to cover his stuff, you know, like he said that stuff all in this concert too, and he's like, lady's like, I hop on my back. And he's like, nah, you know what, F it. So he does hop on this old lady's back, and so she starts walking, and he's naked on her back, and she starts walking, and he goes, so after he starts walking for a while, and he goes, where are we going? And she goes, well, you have no clothes. Me, Darian, Sarah immediately looked at each other. Thrift shop! And you know what happened? Seconds after we said that, Macklemore's just like, thrift shop! Boom! Nuts, crazy. Everyone's hands up. People stood up everywhere. People in the freaking stairs. Everyone on the floor just goes nuts, crazy, going off the hook. And me and just Darian and Sarah are freaking out, having a great time, blasting, listening to this music, dancing like crazy. And finally, like, it was just a great concert. And I didn't want to, like, get too in depth with the story because he does this like story kind of stuff like with every concert and stuff like that, and I don't want to like ruin it. Plus, for people that like didn't, you know, like or plan to go to his concert and stuff like that, I don't know if he does it every concert or what he does. Oh, my hair's crazy, I know. Biggest thing, I just giving you an overview about how awesome this concert was, and we're just dancing. And I'm saying all this because, like, I'm not just a normal kid. Come to this concert, sit down, you know, throw my hands up every once in a while. No, I'm standing up, I'm freaking out, I'm going crazy, I'm ripping my shirt in front of hundreds of people. I'm freaking, when I say freaking out, I mean freaking out. Like, I was dancing on the steps and getting, like, I was getting down with every freaking song. And, oh, I love the part when he's like, and this is the part that inspires me the most, is where he's like, and he starts telling another kind of story, and he just, like, tells a story about Other Side, like, the story behind it, and it's really good. And it's actually, he's made a couple interviews about it too, but he hasn't talked about what he talked about at this concert inside these interviews, and I don't want to ruin that. It's really good, and he most likely will say that at the other concerts too, but I don't want to ruin that for you guys. But I'm saying right now, it was so beautiful and breathtaking. Like, I was like, wow, Macklemore, that's really meaningful that you would say that. That makes me as a person just want to not do drugs, and that's what his song Other Side's about. And he doesn't even have music or nothing in the background, it's just him rapping. And then also he starts, like, after that, you know, as other songs come on, and then he starts freestyling. He's like, I want to do something different, so he starts freestyling and stuff, and oh my god, it was just all insane, and it was just really good, and it was just a night to remember. And finally, like, it gets done, and we think it's done anyways, and we like leave, and then he starts playing a song again, and he runs out with like this flag and stuff. We're like, what? And then we like run back in there, and we watch it, and finally it's over, and so we're like, oh, okay, now let's go. But you know, it's because he was like, goodbye, you know, goodbye Salt Lake City, you know, da da da, and left, and then he came back out like again, like randomly, basically. Like they were talking, someone was talking, and I thought it was just like background music and stuff like that. And everyone started getting up, but he comes out and fireworks just blow up, and he comes out running with the flag, and it was just like a crazy, crazy ending, and I love it to death. Yeah, it was a really, really great concert, and it was one of the best nights of my life. I mean, wow. Very first concert I had, the time it was crazy, and it was just a really, really good night to remember, and I honestly mean that because it's something I've never done before, and it's something I really want to do again. I mean, I love traveling down there, listening to music, getting beat up, and the crazy thing is when we were coming home, and like the whole concert's over, and by the way, I'm sticking my head out the window the whole way till we got out of the freaking thing. I'm like, Macklemore, Macklemore, and everyone's like pumped up still. And I just stick my head out, I'm like, Macklemore, yeah, you come to Macklemore? They're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, it was awesome, huh? Right. And everyone's just like freaking out, and it was good. It was pretty good. And finally, when we get home, and we're still listening to music, and it's like, you know, it's like I said, it was still like way early in the morning, and now, and it's like way late. I mean, it's way late. Oh, you know, it's okay. It's the next day, so really, really early in the morning. And we're driving home, and it's like still dark and cold out, like freezing. And finally we started driving, and we were just listening to music. And when I got back into town, they decided to go out and do their own thing and stuff like that. But I kind of just like, because they wanted to go like hang out with some friends and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll just kind of head home. Like, they didn't really invite me, and I didn't want to invite myself. So I was like, oh, all right. Peace out then. I love you guys. And it was really good though. I'm not like complaining or anything, but I was still like pumped out. Like, I got in my car and I played his song, and right when I heard his CD, I was like, like I got so pumped up. Like, after you hear his voice, his real voice in real life, his CD is nothing. Like, I don't know why it feels that way, but it feels like his music now, just hearing it through like an electronic device, is not as good as a concert. It's like seeing him face to face, hearing his music go right through that mic to my ears. Like, it was just mind blowing, and it was just one of the most amazing experiences ever. So it was so awesome. But I was so pumped up and so excited, and I was like, I want to just do something, and that's where I'm at now. I mean, I was in Utah less than 5 hours ago, you know, and like when I'm making this video, and I'm still just pumped up, and I want to go do something, but it's 4 in the morning, and I can't go like find something to do this late, you know. But anyways, guys, that's my Macklemore story. I mean, it's just basically I got 2 friends, went to, you know, Utah, went to the mall, and went to this concert. Then I hit on a couple of girls too. I seen 3 girls, and I went over there and started talking to them, and I was like so pumped up, and they're like, are you high? And I'm like, no, I'm just super excited, you know, and we're just laughing and have a good time. I should ask for those girls' numbers. They live in Idaho too. Maybe I should go stalk them, look them up on Facebook. Oh wait, I don't remember any of their names. Damn it. Anyways, guys, I better go. Thanks so much for watching this video. It means a lot. It's a really good memory for me to keep in high school. One of the best nights ever. My very first concert. And plus, with the very first person that I still love to this world. It's just amazing. So thank you guys for watching. It means a lot. Love you all, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out.